Welcome back to The Witcher Old World. Alright, let's begin. We're going to do a turn this episode. So we have 5 cards in our hand for the solo rules, and we are going to spend this card for the water action. And so by spending that, we are able to put it to our discard pile. We are able to move to an adjacent, I didn't mention that last time, an adjacent water location, which is up here. Let's take a closer look. Alright, so we're going to take our Witcher and we're going to move down the road here to Ban Ard. And we are able then to use this alchemy level, +1 alchemy level, ability of the location. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll show you how that works. Alright, so very simply, as per the rules, if you're level 1, you are able to raise 1 higher for those locations. So our alchemy here is currently at 1, so we're going to raise our alchemy level to 2. And that means we are going to be getting to draw a free potion as well. So let's get to the potion deck and we get to grab a potion. Alright, so at the bottom of the board here we have the potion deck. There's 28 potions. We'll give this a little quick shuffle here and then we get to draw the top potion. And you can only have 4 potions at any one time. And depending on your alchemy level, it's how many potions you can play during combat. So we end up getting Thunderbolt. Lower your shield level by 1 and draw 2 cards from your deck. Ooh, that's pretty cool. So that's going to come in handy if we get into a combat. Alright, let's play another card and start moving again. Alright, we're going to play another card from our hand, and we will play this one. We have 4 cards left for a mountain location. We're going to actually go back to our starting location, and I should remind you can only perform the action at one location once per this phase 1, so I can't just keep bouncing back and forth and performing multiple actions at these locations. So we've already got our alchemy skill raised. We didn't do anything at our training location, so we're going to go back there right now with that movement card and take a look at that ability. Alright, so we are moving back to our own Witcher school, and that means we can pay 2 gold to go from level 1 to level 2 of any skill, but we're going to do our specialty, which is swordsmanship, because keeping in mind one of the 4 trophies we need is to get our specialty up to level 5. So let's go ahead, we're going to pay 2 of our 3 gold, and paying that, and we're going to raise our swordsmanship up 1 level. Alright, we're going to raise our swordsmanship up a level. It means if you get a combo of 3 or more cards during a fight, we're going to deal 1 extra damage and we'll get to draw an extra card. But of course, that's not going to happen yet. Now, if we can get all 4 of these to level 2, then we will become a level 2 Witcher. But that won't happen until we raise our defense. In our combat, we still have 3 cards remaining, so we can still travel. We don't have to, we can pass now. We have 1 gold coin remaining. Let's get back to the board and see what else we want to do. Alright, we still have 3 cards remaining, and we have a mountain, water, and forest card remaining. We're going to take the mountain card here, use it for movements. We're going to discard it for the mountain track, and we're going to zoom up to the north, and we're going to move over to Hengfors. Not sure just how well this is all focusing. Everything's pretty far away, but we're going to move here to Hengfors, and this means we gain 1 gold coin. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And now we can get a track or a trail a monster. And we want to trail the Barghest. He's our level 1 monster. He's currently in a mountain location. So what we do is we take the mountain tiles and we give them a shuffle and we grab one. Location 18. So there's information at location 18. So we're going to put that on the board. We're going to add a gold coin to it. That's what the symbol means there. So mountain location 18 is, of course, the very bottom right of the board. So if we go there, we're going to end up collecting a gold coin, and we're going to get something called a trail token, which means in combat with the Barghest, we get to go first in combat, which is beneficial. Otherwise, if you don't have a trail token to the monster you want to fight, they go first in combat. And we'll see that happen, maybe not this episode, but in episodes to follow. Alright, we still have 2 cards remaining, so let's figure out if we want to do anything else. Alright, we're doing a lot of traveling in the north. The next place we're going to go to, we're going to spend our water card for movement. So we're going to discard that. Remember, we started with 5 cards in a solo game. We're going to head up north. We're going to head over to the coastal Caer Saren. And I should say, you can move into a location with a monster. You don't have to encounter it right away. It is just at that location. You can still do the activity at the location, but you don't have to. If you don't want that, you don't have to if you don't want to as well. So we're going to move over here. Now this is a different Witcher school, so we can't train our specialty, but we can train anything else by paying the gold to do it. We have 2 gold coins, so we could either train here or just skip training and then move down here to do some Witcher poker if we want. But I think we're going to spend the 2 coins here and we're going to train our defense. So that leaves us with no coins, which is not great, but we do get to train our defense up 1. Alright, we get to train our defense up 1, and that means when we move up 1, we increase our defense. So we're now sitting at defense of 2. This will come in handy when we do a fight, which is probably not going to be in this episode. Remember, we only have 10 cards, and the cards you have is your life total, and the Barghest would have 11, and it gets to go first. So a combat with them would not be great. And of course, these cards have like slash symbols on them. That's how much damage you do. And I have all basic cards right now. Not the greatest thing. Alright, let's see what we want to do. We have 1 forest card remaining, and that's it. Okay, we have 1 card remaining. We might as well go to a forest location. We're gonna discard that card, and we're gonna move down here to Novigrad. Yes, we pretty much traversed all of the north, so that has got a sea connection here. So it is adjacent for travel purposes, I'm pretty sure. So we're at Novigrad. We could play Witcher poker, but we don't have any golds. We can't play against the locals. We got nothing to ante, so we're just not going to do anything there. All right, over we go now to Phase 2. Now, Phase 2 is we get to have an encounter, or we can meditate, but we don't have any skill at 5 level, so we can't meditate anyway. So we're going to have an encounter. Either we can have a city encounter or a wilderness encounter. So I'm going to think about which one we want. Alright, I'm undecided if we want to explore the city or the wilds. Let's let a die decide. 1, 2, 3, city. 4, 5, 6, wilderness. And we get a 6. So we'll go to 6. We're going to have a wilderness adventure. So we're just going to grab the top card off the wilderness deck. We're going to flip this over. We're going to have some text. We're going to have an A or B decision, and then we get to decide what we do from there. So I'm going to cover up part of the card. I'm not going to look at it myself, so I don't know what's going on, and we're going to see what our Witcher wants to do based on whatever this encounter is. Alright, I hope this is focusing nice. It says, you notice moss and low branches overhanging the ruins, and tread on stones that were once soaring steeples. Elves built this place, then tore it down themselves. So we have a choice, A or B. We can retreat in respect for the memory of elves, or we can search the ruins. Oh, this is tempting. We're a pretty low-level Witcher. Should we respect the elves and retreat, or should we search the ruins? You know what? I think we're just going to respect the elves. We're going to pick option A. So let's have a look at it. Alright, so option A says, while the elves have left long ago, traps left for scavenging humans still work. You step on a stone plate that triggers a hidden mechanism. The spiked ball it launches hits painfully, but you manage to find a safe place to rest and dress your wounds. Roll a die. Okay, we have to roll a 6-sided die and see what happens. So much for respecting the Elven City. Alright, we're going to roll a die and we're going to see what we get. We get a 1. Why do I have a feeling that's not a great option? Alright, let's take a look back at the card and see what 1 is. Alright, well, we rolled a 1. It says lower your shield level by 3, and during phase 3, which is coming right up, we draw 1 additional card. So we lose all of our shields. We were sitting at 2 shields. We're going to go down to 0, but we do get to draw 1 additional card in the next phase, which is coming right up. Alright, that was pretty horrible. We had 2 shields. We have to lower it by 1, so the trap nailed us. You can't lower it any more than 0, so we just go to 0 shields. Not great for fighting. Oh, I have a 20-sided die here too. This is keeping track of our turns. So this is turn number 1. Not too terrible. We've leveled up 3 of our abilities. And now it is time to go to phase 3, which is the card phase. So we're going to be purchasing a card. So what we do is we drop 3 cards into our hand. Now if we had any cards in our hand, we could either keep them, draw up to 3, or we could discard them and drop to 3. But because of our encounter we just had, we get to draw an extra card. So we get to draw 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, which is actually pretty cool. Because we're going to be using these 4 cards to purchase a new one. So by discarding cards to purchase a new one. Alright, these are the 4 cards we drew. Now we're going to take a look at the cards in the purchase area and decide which one we want to get. And you must get a card as well. I should mention that. You can't just skip this part. Okay, the way the board is laid out, it's very difficult for me to film this, but I think we are going to go ahead and we're going to get this card. It's a 0 cost card, which means we don't have to discard any cards in our hand to just gain this card. As you can see, 0 cost, and there's no modifier under here. This one's -1, and those 2 up there are +1 to get them. So we're going to go ahead and gain this card. It's really cool because it has drawing a card in your next combat level, or next combat round, gives 1 damage, and it has a link or a tab to every other card. So if you play this card first in battle, you can play any other card after it. And you'll see how combo cards work in battle. So we get to just put that right in our hand when you gain a card. So now we're going to have 5 cards in our hand. In the solo rules, if you do not choose the card in this position, it gets discarded. So I'm going to put a discard pile over here on the side. Everything then will slide down, and we will get new cards added in the locations, which are probably very difficult to see. There's a 0 card, and we have a 2 card. Whoa, a ton of damage. Probably can't see that. All right, we're just going to wrap up, I guess, for today. So that was an entire turn. I'm going to move the die to 2. Remember, we're trying to defeat all 3 of the monsters on the board by the shortest amount of turns. We'll see what we can do. Alright, that was turn 1 for our Witcher, and next time we're going to have a mountain, a forest. This is a wild card, has all 3 symbols on it and a couple of ocean tiles. So again, we can probably move 5 times, 4 or 5 times. Next time, move around the board. We want to get over here to get our trail token to the Barghest if we can. That's a long ways away. So lots of different abilities we can take advantage of. We might want to get back to our special school to train up our special ability, our swordsmanship. And I should say, if you're at a Witcher school and you're paying gold to train up a skill, you can go above you can go above your level. So currently you can only go 1 above your level. So right now I'm a level 1 Witcher. I can only train to level 2 and everything. If you go to a school and pay gold, you can go above that. So you can go level 3, 4, 5. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. So thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your comments, subscriptions, and likes. This is The Witcher Old World. We're playing a basic game solo just to get used to the rules and how everything works. I have other expansions we're going to be throwing into the mix next time I play it. So right now, we're going to see how this goes. We'll see how quickly we can defeat the 3 monsters on the board and meditate to win or finish our game and see how well we do. So thanks so much, and we'll see you next time for the continuation of The Witcher Old World basic game.